So it's been a week since I posted my last video, and I made some changes a little bit, not too big, but what I did is logged off of my Facebooks and all the social media things. I haven't really got on, and I kind of kept my circle small. And I think that has to do with like distractions. Distractions are really hard for anybody for this day and age. I think we have so much stuff going on. It's hard to tell where we're going. We're pulled back, we're pulled sideways, we're pulled forward. And I think the lack of focus is where one of my goals I wanted to work on. And when I made the video, I didn't have any goals in mind. I know something it's burning inside me, but it's hard to get that focus right off the bat. Um, what I did is did what I said, and then I kind of just started not writing stuff down, and I've slowly been doing that. So I have a little bit, you know, what's the purpose of me, reading, listening? What's the purpose of exercise? What's the purpose of you why are you doing it? If we're reading, we're reading for knowledge. If we're listening to stuff, I mean, it's what basically when your feet are gonna walk, they're gonna walk. But I mean, if you're listening to it, it really is right away planting the seed. So I encourage you, when you listen to anything, when you listen to this, if you don't have 10 minutes, if you don't have 5 minutes, wait, put some headphones in, and when you listen to that song, get into it. When you listen to this, when you listen to anything that or reading, quiet time, let that stuff soak in your head, because if it's so easy, like I can listen to and read stuff, but you have constant distractions, whether it be busy, or whether you have kids, whether job or traffic. I mean, listening to stuff on the radio. If you fully engage in that, I believe like a couple times. Sometimes you have to listen to things a couple times, but if you fully like get into it, it's so much more beneficial. I say that because I know how bad it is when I listen to stuff. I listen to a lot of different things, and my it's so easy just to boom, and then you don't catch that last 10 seconds, you know. But when you're fully engaged and don't have anything in thoughts, anything going through your head, it's hard. But if you can do that, I'm sure things can benefit you. And if you're really listening, if you're really reading, or if that's the path you choose to go down to, through. Um, so focus. That's what I wanted to say. For my first video, focus is hard. When you're fully focused on something, though, you reap so many more rewards. I think all of us have duties and things to fulfill, and time. We have all the same amount of time. Some people fill it with different things. Some people fill it with small things. I read this thing the other day, and it was saying how basically the guy was saying, are we spending a lot of time on major things or minor things? Like, what do you spend your time on? Do you spend your time on major things or minor things? Like, you're distracted, you're engaged in this, engaged in that. Is it really a big outcome or a little outcome? Like, I understand. For me, I'm gonna say for my thing. For me, if I sit and scroll on Facebook, or scroll on Instagram, or just read stuff on the the internet or sports. I'm not saying not to do that, but I believe there's a balance to that, and I believe like there's that time that you have to have for yourself for sure. Like me, I had three beautiful little babies, and well, not babies, but you know, so you these kids are only young once. I mean, they don't it doesn't come around again. So I mean, like, am I spending my time with minor things or am I spending my time with major things? I chose to do something for myself because it's easy to scroll up Facebook, scroll through the sports highlights, whatever, reading stuff, and you have your kids around, and yeah, you can, yeah, hey, yeah, but then at the same time you're right back to doing that. And am I bad at it? No, but you know what? I know I can do better because I'm not. I want to be fully into that moment. So it's like you have to be present fully into that moment. Focused, and that's where that comes in. Focus. If you're fully engaged in that conversation, making eye contact with the kids, how how much more rewarding is that? You can look straight at me, or you could listen to this on your headphones and be looking over here watching a TV program by listening to this phone. Listen to your phone, listen to your earphones, headphones, whatever, or reading this piece of paper down here. But you're not fully engaged in looking in my eyes and listening to my voice. You're not present fully in that moment. And I think that it's just what we've gone kind of evolved to, I think. So for me, that was my first goal, focus, and it took me a while, and I'm not like I still taking my pictures. I'm still enjoying my moment, but like for me, I said, you know what, I'm just gonna set my phone down. When I go into the store, I went to the store last Sunday with my daughter, and we went into Taco Bell, and I just said, I mean, you can take your phone with you, but I mean, like, everywhere you go, we do have that instant access. If somebody texts, say for instance that you get a bing, you hear that somebody calls you. You're sitting there eating dinner with your daughter, your son, your mom, your dad, your friend, your girlfriend, boyfriend. That's I believe that's a distraction right there. So you're not. I mean, yeah, you can text people back when you're sitting at dinner or sitting at lunch, and call people when you both. But why not try to be fully involved in that moment? When you're with your kid or your spouse or whatever, or your friend, you leave the phone in the car. I mean, how hard is that? It's not. We don't need them. I mean, you're with the most important people that For me, I was with my daughter. The most important, one of the most important people. I didn't. There wasn't really anybody I needed to contact. I mean, if there's an emergency, obviously, when I get back in the car, I'll know. But I there's no distraction. How much more fulfilling is that for you? For me, it's a lot. I am involved, actively with my kids, but I can be better at that. Focus. That's what I want to be, and I'm still gradually getting better with that. And as time goes on, right now, that's a little. I'm waiting for them to bust through the door, but when they do, I'm gonna put this thing down and take advantage of the little moments that I have and focus on what's important to me. That I have three young children that demand a lot. Not demand, but I mean time like time you can't get back when you're with them. Time that you're fully engaged, and I don't want to miss out on that. And I'm fully, that's one of my heartfelt things because I'm fully, not wanting to go 10 years down the road. My oldest daughter is going to be 19. Holy smokes, in 10 years. So she'll be like freshly in college, hopefully. And man, that's if the first 9 years went by like the next 9 years, that's crazy, you know. 972. You don't get those moments back. So for me, one of my goals is focus, and I encourage you to. Yeah, you might have a great relationship with your spouse, with your mother, father, brother, sister, children, but think of how much where you can improve that when you focus. I mean, you can focus on a lot of different things, but distractions are a big part of, you know, lack of direction. Distractions. You're gonna listen to this, and I don't know how far you've gotten into it, but there's probably been a few distractions that have came the whole way through this 11-minute video. And think of what you can do when you put your mind totally into something 100%. Be present in that moment. Present in any moment that you're in. I'm not saying to go drastically change your life and be, you know, totally non-existent, but I'm saying, like, be focused. Get focused. If you got to put your circle small for a little bit, be focused. Focus on what you got to do. Improve, you know. Right now, I want to improve. Even though I have a great relationship with my kids, I'm focused on building their strengths, building my strengths with them. You know, I know I have directions to go to too, and I've written all these things down. Slowly getting more focused on things, and as that goes farther and farther, I think, you know, it'll get deeper and deeper and clear. The path will be clear, and it's getting a lot, you know. Man, up here, there's no enemy within, there's no enemy outside. Like, we're so distracted by whatever, it can break you down. And that's another thing, you know. That's something I'll talk about later, where, you know, your mind. But I encourage you to get focused. That's it. If you had 13 minutes to watch this video, I appreciate it. Thank you. And be fully involved in your moment. The moment you're in. When you stop this video, when you're done watching it, be fully involved with what you're doing. I don't care if it's a small little conversation. I don't care if it's a whatever. Talking to the person you're ordering your food from, you know, be fully involved in that. You know, watch today when you go out. How many people are looking straight at their phone right now? Around. Count on your hand how many people are doing that. Looking right at their phone while they're at a soccer game. I'm not judging, but man, and I'm not saying I don't do that sometimes too, but about to change. So. What up? Say peace out.